Hi, I'm Suze, and I'm here today with the fabulous and talented Krystal Wade.
I'm already laughing.
Author of Wilde's Fire and Wilde's Army. Hi, Krystal.
Hi.
The awesome books. Here's the Wilde's Fire and Wilde's Army. Pretty covers. She wrote that. And more specifically, she's here to talk about her new book, in the last in the Darkness Falls trilogy, Wilde's Meadow. Take a closer look at that. So, Krystal, can you tell us a little bit about Wilde's Meadow?
I can try.
The cheat sheet on the back.
There's a cheat sheet on the back. Well, Wilde's Meadow is when the war takes place. Kate, Catriona, and Arland have to go out and actually battle Duval. That sounds so funny, doesn't it? Saying it out loud. So they have to go and actually fight, and she has to live up to her prophecy, but there's a lot of things that were unexpected that happened during this war, and a lot of sacrifices are made. So we just don't know who's going to survive.
I know.
She knows.
Okay. So, first question is from Eve at functioninginsanityblogspot.com.
Hi.
When's Wilde's Meadow coming out?
November 5th.
November 5th. Hi, there we go. Okay. So why did you choose to write this series in the first person present tense? And did you ever find yourself slipping up and going into the past tense?
I never slipped up and went into past tense. I chose to write it this way because that's how it came to me. So when I started writing, I just started writing that way. It wasn't a conscious decision. It just started writing that way. And I never slipped up because that's the way the story presented itself to me in my head.
Okay. What is the hardest part about writing? Actually putting the words down, submitting, or editing?
I love editing, so that's not hard. I wouldn't say necessarily writing is difficult, but I would say finding the time to write is difficult. And submitting is not difficult as much as it is nerve-wracking. So you're like, okay, are they going to like this book, and are they going to tear me apart and say that it sucks and they never want to see anything from me again? But no, really the hardest thing about writing is finding time to write.
Which actually leads to my next question perfectly. Nice segue there. How do you deal with having a full-time job, a part-time job, writing, being a mom to 3 adorable kids? Like, do you ever sleep? Seriously?
I fell asleep last night at 9 o'clock.
Well done.
So, that was a first, but usually I stay up until 11. We've talked until 11:30, 12 some nights. I do stay up a lot. The name of my blog should probably be Functioning Insanity, like Eve's, because I'm just, half the time I'm stumbling through and very, very tired. But I do manage to do it. I just kind of make time for everybody and everything, and just don't make enough time for sleep. So.
Okay. So the covers have gotten a lot of attention lately. People are commenting them all the time. They're great. Did they turn out how you envisioned them?
Not exactly. It's funny. What I envisioned is not as good as how they turned out. So it kind of worked out better.
Yeah.
Wilde's Fire, I really was adamant about wanting a black cover with lots of metallic blue on it. And I kind of envisioned something a little bit more in the distance where the girl wasn't so prominent in the front and center of the book. I kind of saw the scene of a forest set back really far and then her kind of going into that forest. But I think the way it turned out, where she's front and center in the forest, kind of in a tunnel of trees, I think it turned out really well. So, but I was involved in every aspect of the covers, and I think the cover artist he didn't like me so much with the second cover. He kind of quit, and then he came back to work on the third, and I think he did a fantastic job on the third. I think it captures the emotions of the book really well. So
Yeah, I do. I like also the different colors, the blue, the yellow, and then to the red with the war.
Yeah,
It's good. Where are we? Okay, so One part of Wilde's Meadow features caves where nightmares come to life and can go insane. What was your inspiration for the caves?
I think I was really tired. I think I was just really, really tired, and I thought, what would be really creepy? They're saying these caves that she's asking about are full of magic, like really dark magic, and I thought, well, it's dark magic. I mean, she's got to experience really horrible, horrible things. And so I just started thinking of some of my scary dreams, and, a lot of my scary dreams, I'm flying in them, so she might or may not think she's flying. So, lack of sleep, scary dreams, they made the caves.
I love the caves. The best, my favorite.
She wanted me to write another chapter with the caves.
Yeah, all caves. I love it. Okay, so I want to talk about your characters. Are there any parts of your personality in the characters? Like, I can see Flana in you more so than Kate. But then, you're not usually running around wielding a sword and throwing sprites at people. But even Arlen and Perth, are they based off of people you know, or?
Not intentionally. I recently did an interview with Kay Frobel. I'm not sure. She's a reviewer. I'm not sure if you've familiarized yourself with her yet, but she asked me what character was mostly built off of me, and I said darkness, and I threw her for a loop.
Wow.
Not Duvall, but the darkness, because it's kind of representative of my teen years and how I didn't really know anything that was going on in my life, but I had to just keep trusting that things were going to turn out okay and that everything was going to be okay in the end, and so that was really representative of my teen years. Now, in Kate, she represents everything I wanted to be but wasn't. Britt is kind of who I could be. Britt and Flana share a lot of similar personality traits, and so really they're a side of me I could be when I wasn't burdened down by the weight of my teenage years. I think Arlen is most representative of my husband, because when my husband and I met, I really started coming out of that darkness of my life and transitioning to be the person I am now. And I really credit him a lot for that. I feel like he pulled me through darkness. So I didn't intentionally build any characters off anyone. They just kind of turned out that way.
Right. So who's your favorite character?
Flana was my favorite character in the first book. And then I kind of fell in love with Perth along the way.
Perth turns out pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He was supposed to be this horrible guy, but I just liked him. And so I liked that good horribleness, because he was wounded. He wanted to be better than people gave him credit for, but he didn't want to necessarily admit that either. So I liked writing him, because sometimes he was two characters in one, and that was interesting. So,
okay.
Perth and Flana.
So, did the books end up how you envisioned that they would, or did your story take its own driver's seat and take you in new directions?
Well, yeah, it really took off on its own and did its own thing. It was 100% organic writing. I didn't sit down and say, okay, here's my book, XYZ is going to happen. I just started writing with what I thought might happen in mind, but I just kind of let everything occur organically. So all the dialogue is just stuff that I thought up in my head on a whim, and so it didn't 100% turn out the way I had really thought, but since I never wrote it down, I guess it turned out the way it happened. It's a hard question to answer.
Oh, that's a good answer. Okay, so you have no compunction in killing characters off.
I like killing people.
She likes
killing people.
So was there one, and you don't have to name the character, but was there one that you had a hard time killing off, or that the opposite, that you really wished you had killed?
I can't answer that question.
Just in general, yes, there was one, or
yes,
no.
there were two that I really, really wanted to kill. Not Psycho, but there were two that I really wanted to kill and just couldn't, because I was afraid of what people would do to me.
Okay. last question. If you were given a bag of M&Ms, how would you eat them?
Shut up. That's not fair.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
It's still recording.
All right, well, that was it. Thank you so much
You're welcome.
for coming
Thank you.
onto my blog. So check out Wilde's Meadow.
Oh my gosh, Wilde's Meadow. She almost forgot the name.
I did. There's so many Wildes. November 5th. Check it out, and you have plenty of time between now and then to read the first two.
Yep.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.